In the summer of 1901, two little girls, Eleanor and Rose Harriman, vanished on their walk home from Sunday Mass. Their shoes were found neatly placed beside the road. Their voices were heard echoing through the trees for 3 days after they were gone, but their bodies were never recovered. 73 years later, they came back, still children, still wearing the same clothes, still holding hands, and still 7 and 9 years old. They knocked on the door of their family's home as if nothing had happened, and when they finally spoke, no one believed a single word they said. The disappearance of the Harriman sisters became the defining tragedy of Ashbrook Glen, a modest farming town in Massachusetts. The church bells rang for 9 nights, calling them home. Search parties combed every creek, cave, and cellar. Locals drained ponds, cut open animal carcasses, and even burned old root cellars, just in case. But rumors grew faster than flowers on graves. Some swore the girls were taken by wolves. Others whispered about a traveling preacher who'd passed through the night before. A man who spoke with a voice like a hymn, but eyes like winter glass. He promised salvation. He left no footprints. The town buried 2 empty caskets and called them saints. But saints don't knock on your door 73 years later. And they certainly don't return without aging. It was August 14th, just after 10:36 p.m. A storm had rolled through, lightning cutting the sky like broken glass. Inside the Harriman home, now occupied by distant relatives, the electricity failed. Candles flickered. Shadows lengthened. Silence grew thick enough to taste. Then, 3 soft knocks. Not frantic, not scared, just patient, polite, rhythmic. The family opened the door and saw 2 little girls, soaked in rainwater but smiling gently. The younger one, Rose, clutched a wilted bouquet of wildflowers, flowers extinct in the region since 1922. Eleanor whispered, "We made it back before dark, Mama." No one in the house could breathe. Days before the return, 2 local teenagers, James Dufresne and Caleb Morton, had been camping near the woods that bordered Ashbrook Glen. They told police they saw 2 children in white linen dresses, gliding between trees, never touching the ground, their reflections missing from the riverbank. The boys packed and fled, but they later confessed something worse. The girls were smiling without blinking, and humming a hymn no one recognized. A hymn both boys later claimed still played in their dreams, weeks after. No one believed the teens, until the girls knocked on the Harriman door and spoke the names of the boys' grandfathers. Names no living child could know. Recorded August 17, 1974. Attorney General's Office. Interviewer: "Where have you been, Eleanor?" Eleanor: "Walking home." Interviewer: "From where?" Rose: "From Sunday, Massachusetts." Interviewer: "Girls, it's been 70 years." Eleanor smiles faintly, "Not for us." Interviewer: "Who took you?" The girls shared a single glance. The air recorder flickered though the power was stable. Rose leaned forward. "He didn't take us. He chose us." Their smiles vanished. Their voices became synchronized. "The Shepherd of the White Veil." The interview ended abruptly. The official transcript ends with, "The remainder was classified." As folklore unfolded, the White Veil was linked to a 19th century heretical sect masquerading as Catholic missionaries. They believed children were gateways, uncorrupted doors through which forgotten beings could return. Villagers recalled a long-forgotten rumor. In 1901, a mysterious traveling preacher conducted a mass behind the church, but only invited the children. Adults were told, "Faith is pure in silence." The girls had been seen walking toward the forest afterward, singing, hand in hand, like lambs to slaughter. Doctors examined the returned sisters. Their bodies were biologically 7 and 9. Their hearts beat slowly, too slowly. Their eyes reacted to no light, but could track every movement perfectly. And when doctors shined bright halogen lamps directly into their pupils, the glass shattered. Not cracked, shattered. The girls didn't flinch. They just quietly said, "He doesn't like that." A surviving family diary revealed chilling notes from the girl's mother. The visiting preacher held a candle with a flame that did not move. He asked the children to kneel, not to pray, but to listen. He said, "The ground remembers the old gods." 12 days later, the girls vanished. When questioned, the girls described a place beneath the church. A room with ivory walls, doors made of bone, and shadows that moved independently from bodies. "We had to choose the right door before the candle died," Eleanor said. Those who chose wrong never came back. The girl said she remembered hearing familiar voices behind the wrong doors, begging, crying, promising anything. One voice claimed to be their own mother. Another claimed to be God. But they were told, do not trust voices. Trust silence. Town records list no missionary assigned to Ashbrook Glen in 1901. Church archives claim no missing clergy. Neighboring towns recall no traveler. But every witness describes the same man. Tall, thin, white suit, pale hat, eyes that reflected nothing. And yet, no description of his shoes, because no one saw them touch the ground. When asked how they remained children, Eleanor answered simply, he keeps what is his. They ate little, slept rarely, never shivered, never sweated, and they never laughed. When asked why, Rose said, the ones who laugh never make it home. A reporter attempted to record an interview. The tape captured 7 minutes of silence. But when slowed, a faint chant emerged. Stay with us, stay with us, stay with us. The chant contained 2 voices, and a third not consistent with any human pitch structure. The reporter quit his job the next day. He is institutionalized to this day. The girls were given paper and crayons. They drew perfect architectural blueprints, tunnels beneath the church that never existed. Except, in 1976, renovations unearthed a sealed stone staircase, leading down, exactly as the girls drew. Workers reported hearing wet breathing through the cracks. One worker broke down, screaming about hands under the floor. He never returned to work. The diocese denied every accusation, declared the girls mentally traumatized, manipulated, sick. But someone leaked a letter. If the white veil ritual truly occurred, bury it, for the sake of the living. Why bury a story, unless it was true? On March 2nd, 1977, the Harriman Sisters disappeared again. No struggle, no noise, no trace. But this time, they left their shoes neatly by the door, just like in 1901. On the bedroom wall was scratched a sentence. But it wasn't in English, or Latin, or Greek. Experts translated it to say only, doors opened both ways. Files sealed. Witnesses recanted. Families moved. Newspaper archives altered. The church bell tower demolished. Ashbrook Glen scrubbed itself clean. But history has a way of rotting back to the surface. 2 hikers claimed they met the sisters. Still children. Still smiling. Still humming. They offered wildflowers and asked, do you want to see the room beneath the church? The hikers refused. Only one made it back. He never speaks. He only hums. Some believe he was a demon disguised as a missionary. Others, a forgotten pagan deity, awakened by prayer. Others claim the white veil was a secret church faction, erased to protect reputations at the dawn of American religion. But the most chilling theory remains. He was neither God nor demon, but something older than both. Something patient. Something that returns what it takes. But changed. If you ever hear humming in the woods, if you see children walking hand in hand after dusk, if they offer you wildflowers that no longer grow, and if they say, come with us, the shepherd welcomes you. Do not follow. Do not answer. Do not look back. Because the Harriman sisters returned. And what they revealed, no one believed. Until it was too late.